So if you're a millennial, you are born between 1981 and 1997, or at least that's what Google tells me. And for a lot of the big fighting game players or early contenders, those were the golden ages. Those were the times when the personalities, players, the games were at their peak, some would say. So EVO just happened not too long ago. And the reason why I bring this up is because there was actually a big shift that not a lot of people are talking about. And it's something that I'm actually pleasantly surprised that's going down. And as a fighting game fan, I am so much more excited after what happened at EVO. Now, like I said, the personalities and the showmanship of past fighting game tournaments has been more of a spectacle than anything else. Yes, everybody has great skill. Everybody can execute combos and attacks, but it was more of the people that you wanted to connect with, the people that you were cheering for, that you wanted to win, that seemed to be a little bit more engaging. And as of late, there hasn't really been anybody to give you much to cheer for. I mean, there are the exceptions, right? But I often like to compare the fighting game community of that early millennials era, the WWE, or to like wrestling. There's definitely a point where all the people on stage were characters in themselves. They're so much more expressive. Their passion could bleed out into their gameplay. You would see so much competition in their faces. It was a bit of a different time. And I'm talking about more of the entertaining aspect of it. Yes, everybody had skill, but some of the guys like Daigo, Infiltration, Ricky Ortiz, Baye, Chris G, PR Balrog, Filipino Champ, Marn, Gutex, Mike Ross, the list goes on. Yeah, and some of you may be listening like, who are these guys? Like, I don't know these people. And yeah, rightfully so. Their legacies have been set in stone. Like, there's no need for them to try to reinvigorate or reestablish themselves because they've made such an impact in the community that it's laid the groundwork for some of the other players nowadays. And again, this was that millennial era, but I'm more excited now for that Gen Z kind of player. I don't know if I'm getting all these generations right. Let me know if I'm even kind of in the ballpark. But anywhoosies, it's exciting to me because this EVO in particular, I've seen so much more personality and character from the competitors, not necessarily all of the winners or all of the finalists and things like that, but it was more of those very unique moments. Some of those players that are just, wow, this is somebody that has a little bit more flair added to their high-level gameplay. So yeah, I want to highlight a couple of these people. And I think you have to start off with none other than Hayo. Like, we're talking about somebody that has such a love for Third Strike that they can't help but have their personality spill out onto the stage. It was actually super entertaining to watch them win and what they were going to do right after. I mean, he's in the splits. He's given us his anime character outros, right? Like, Hayo is somebody that enjoys the stage, and rightfully so, because they've earned it with all their skill. I'm not sure how long Hayo's been in the game or in that competitive scene with Third Strike, but I know for a fact going here forward, I hope to see a lot from this guy. So while still on the topic of youngsters, Ending Walker. And this dude is awesome. At 17, he is on the grand stage, top 6 at EVO. And he's no slouch, like, he's actually pretty nice. And I never really knew of it. Well, to be honest, I think I knew of him, but I didn't have a face associated with the name until you see his Ed gameplay, which I've seen here and there, but its level of execution, his mental acuity, like, he's 17 and this guy is poker faced the entire time. I don't think I ever see him crack a smile once. And at 17, his skill has gone to the point to where I'm inspired to play Ed. And I didn't even really want to play him because I'm a Dudley loyalist, but man, I think after all that stuff, the desync level 2 combos, I think I'm gonna give this Ed a shot. Give it the old college try. Hopefully the devs are watching because we need Dudley in there too. And speaking of devs, a big event that I actually adored was Lily Pichu. Never really heard of this girl. She's definitely a Tekken player, but not somebody that was on my radar until I saw this on the stage where she was facing Harada. And to be quite honest, I was pretty excited for this match too. Like, I know Harada plays the game, but I didn't think it would be so close or there would be so much tension. Like, Oh my goodness. It was actually something that I was watching a couple of times over just to see like, man, these guys are actually, like, doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on, developer or player, the spirit of a fighting game will bring out that competitive nature in you to the nth degree. And then we also have some of the other high level players too. Big Bird. It's like, man, this dude so close to tasting victory. Like, I can't imagine what that bitterness tastes like, but I know he'll be back. Big ups to Punk, and big ups to Punk. As a player that has been in the pro scene for quite a bit and making a serious mark and an incredible tear through some of the high level competitors, man, this guy has, if he has not already, he's definitely on the right path to cementing himself as one of the best players of all time. Reactions, patience, his footsies, oh my God, the list goes on. So pretty much what I'm saying is that this EVO was probably some of the most hype or most excited I've ever been, to the point to where I think I'm going to try as best as I can to visit EVO one more time. Maybe as a competitor, maybe as a content creator, or maybe just as a fan. Regardless, I think that EVO 2024 is actually a pivotal moment in inspiring another generation of fighting game players because of all these personalities and these newer people that are coming to the scene. I'm excited to see what they do in and out of the games. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Keep it classy. You'll thank me in the morning.